I'm Jonty Colman and this is my AS evaluation for my foundation portfolio. My portfolio is based around my alternative rock genre for my magazine front cover, contents page and double page spread. From my research I discovered that there was a place in the market for a magazine of this genre for young people because alternative rock is a very popular genre within this group. By using both secondary research and my own SurveyMonkey findings from my primary research, I was able to find a general feel for my audience, their backgrounds and particularly what they look for in a magazine and what they feel is important. My general findings were that my primary target audience would be white British males and females aged between 16 to 25 years of age from C1 to E, households of any sexual orientation. I also found out that my secondary target audience would be people from higher social grades, people older or younger from the primary target audience, which could include parents looking for a magazine to buy their teenagers, people from different ethnicities. Throughout my planning and production, I worked hard to represent this group successfully. I feel that one of the main theories that links to how I tried to represent my audience comes from the work of Dick Hebron, who in 1988 stated that young people are represented as mixed metaphors in the media, youth as fun and youth as troublemaker. I feel that one aspect of my work that supports this particularly well is my images because I took them at gigs and festivals I attended. For example, my main cover was taken at a music festival and this supports the theory as festivals are fun, but also bring out a certain element of troublemakers in young people who attend festivals because extreme behaviour like drinking, drug taking and sex often happens, which also supports Stanley Hall's 1904 theory that paints youth as rebellious thrill seekers. I feel that showing fun and a rebellious side to youth culture was vital to my magazine as it represents, attracts and excites my audience as well as supporting the results I've discovered via primary and secondary research concerning conventions. Regarding the creative process, in 1989 Graham Wallace created a model about the creative process, which I feel I have followed throughout the process of completing my foundation portfolio. Wallace stated that there are 4 key processes into the creative process as a whole. These are preparation, incubation, illumination and verification. In the preparation stage, we define the problem, need or desire and gather any information the solution or response needs to account for, and set up criteria for verifying the solution's acceptability. In the incubation stage, we step back from the problem and let our minds contemplate and work it through. Like preparation, incubation can last minutes, weeks, even years. In the illumination stage, ideas arise from the mind to provide the basis of a creative response. These ideas can be pieces of the whole or the whole itself, i.e. seeing the entire concept or entirety all at once. Unlike the other stages, illumination is often very brief, involving a tremendous rush of insights within a few minutes or hours. In the final stage of verification, one carries out activities to demonstrate whether or not what emerged in illumination satisfies the need and the criteria defined in the preparation stage. Before starting my illumination period, I prepared thoroughly through researching existing alternative rock genre covers to determine how I should follow media language conventions to represent, address and attract my target audience. I mainly based my magazine on the styles used in Kerrang magazine, as well as taking other inspiration from Enemy and Q magazines. This prompted the incubation period and led to a successful illumination period whereby I create a professional looking cover, content and double page spread that drew creatively from existing conventions. I feel that my masthead follows common conventions as it features yellow writing on a black background. This follows common conventions as most magazines use coloured backgrounds and borders with different coloured text on it, so that their mastheads stand out, and I personally feel my magazine replicates this. The name I gave my magazine also follows conventions because I called it AR, which fits in with other magazines in the genre because AR stands for alternative rock, which is one of the main genres of music my magazine is focused on. My magazine layout follows conventions as my front cover layout is based around the main image. I have done this because it helps my main image to stand out and as a key selling point for the target audience. I have included a range of font sizes to make the cover look busy, exciting and rebellious to attract the target audience, and have also included all the other usual features you see on real covers into my layout design, such as a barcode, price, issue number and date to follow conventions. The colour scheme I've used revolves primarily around using white, black and yellow. I have used these as they connote innocence, trouble, rebellion and fun, which fit with the mixed metaphors of Headbridge and the general theme of my magazine. These colours are used frequently by Kerrang and they work so strongly. I would have been stupid to ignore this convention, as this is a good way to attract and represent my audience. I also think these colours gave my products a retro, modern, original style, and this is something I really want to achieve, so I'm happy it worked. I feel that my images support common magazine conventions and looks very professional because the images are from real music events and are of real bands from the genre. I feel that I've used well taken images that I captured firsthand at concerts that I've been to. I feel that my photos worked as I managed to personally get up close to the lead singer from Imagine Dragons and I was able to take a photo from a good angle. I'm really pleased that this shot came out as I think it represents my target audience perfectly. Imagine Dragons are a very popular band who will be at the forefront of the majority of my readers' minds when they see this image, it will make my magazine look very appealing and attractive. I researched the fonts used by Q, Enemy and Kerrang before deciding on my own fonts. My typography supports typical alternative rock magazine conventions because I've used modern retro fonts that stand out clearly and represent the target audience because of the style used. Lexically, my magazine uses only simple attention-grabbing sentences that contain band names of artists from the alternative rock genre. This follows the conventions because it lets the target audience quickly see this magazine is suitable for their needs and matches their interest and taste in music. The informal word choices also reassures the target audience that this magazine will be entertaining as well as informative, which is what, according to Bloomer and Katz, and my own research, my target audience are looking for in a magazine.